Quick dentist run before our day out, and a sweet reminder in the waiting room that the founder of this dentist office is Jamaican. Then it was a mad dash home to get my baby ready for her very first Toronto Junior Carnival. We grabbed her a little Jamaica flag and she waved that thing all over the park as she explored. Then it was time to head home. We had a beautiful day. This is Ancestral Matter. Like, comment, and share if you're raising little ones with deep roots. Sharing culture with your children intentionally from the diaspora is work. In some senses, it's not, because some things are just ingrained in lifestyle, but other things are take a little bit more effort. Like going to Junior Carnival, that took a lot of okay, we're gonna do this, not necessarily with any goal or outcome because she wasn't participating this year, but just to see what the vibe is, what her reaction to everything is, because I was surprised that she was trying to get on the road and play with the children that are in costumes. I didn't expect that. I thought she would just watch. I was worried that maybe because of her age, she might be a little bit overwhelmed with all of the people, the crowd, the noises, but she did well. She did well. And I know a lot of people are of the camp that at this age they don't remember stuff, but I do think although they don't remember certain things, in experiences do actually influence them. So it also gives me the data to see okay, what is her reaction, what's her interest level in certain things, seeing how she reacts to things to see if I will further expose her to them. Because if she had some kind of visceral negative reaction to any of it, I would obviously rethink it, rethink going next year, rethink maybe later on exposing her to it more deeply by letting her play junior mass. So that's one thing. I mean, we've definitely been blessed to be able to have her go home twice already in her life. She's not 2 yet, but she's been to Jamaica twice. She's been to the Bahamas, and we do want to expose her to different Caribbean cultures, not just Jamaica. I know we do have a lot of similarities, but we do want her to see the Caribbean, because one thing for me is I am too old to not have been to anywhere in the Caribbean in terms of my travel history. So I do want to expose her to more of that, and just travel in general, not just home, not just the Caribbean, not just the region, but from my experience, travel does a lot for growth. So I do want to give that to her, give her that exposure to see that people do live differently. And of course, when she's older, it will be a lot more meaningful, but I'm not letting her age stop me from taking her places. So yes, I am really excited to think about what else in the city I can expose her to, if there are any dance classes or any cultural programs that are already there, so that I don't have to try to reinvent all the wheels. Other things I do want to do with her when she's a bit older as well is to look at the geography and try to explain to her. Geography was one of my favorite subjects, but I think just realizing that the world is greater than just our immediate community that we live in, and explain to her, this is where we're from, this is where we live now, we have roots in both places, things like that. Just thinking about the different ways. And I think I'm gonna think about other activities and things that we can do, write those down, and maybe share them with y'all once I get there. But this is a start. So Ancestral Matter is really about learning whatever I'm learning to be able to pass on to her. And I think I mentioned that in my last video as well, which you can watch here. This was a good start. I'm happy with it. I'm not putting pressure on any of the learning, and I think that's one of the biggest things that I'm trying to make sure that I do just in life, not to put pressure on any of the exposure, any of the things that we're doing. Everything is in fun and in with the goal of just enrichment, making life better, and us feeling better about what we can share and how we do relate to culture. And I think wanting to even teach her about our culture is helping me get more excited about learning stuff that I didn't learn. For those of you who don't know, when you live outside of your home country, I was born in Jamaica and then moved here, there is a bit of a disconnection. Canada is a place that has the PR policy of being multicultural and all of that stuff. So people think, you know, it's better than anywhere else. And I kind of bought into that when I just moved here. I'm like, yes, Canada is very multicultural. Everybody wears their heritage proudly. People aren't afraid to live in their culture. So I really bought into that whole multicultural thing until certain historical things came to light, like what happened with the schools and the Indigenous children way back when. And it's like trying to sanitize that is just gross to me. But my point is, when you live in a place that is not your home, you do want to connect with your culture more. Definitely not everybody. There's some people that they don't care. But for me, I do care, and I do want to reach back, learn what I haven't learned, visit every parish in Jamaica, visit all the Caribbean islands, and really learn about the histories, because I'm realizing how much that shapes who I am. And that's the biggest thing. Like, doing this is all to learn about ourselves, and in learning about myself, I can then be a better mother. And like, that's really it. That's the bottom line. All of this is to enrich the life of my child, and I'm committed to it for that purpose. I'm still in the works of doing the research to get this genealogy project off the ground. I am actually looking at some genealogy courses just to see like what are the methodologies that they use, that certified genealogists use, so that I can deliver a final project that is usable and enriched and valuable for my family and for anybody else who wants to look at it. So yeah, I already have one friend who's like, you can do mine next. I'm like, oh yeah, I can. I never even thought of that being a possibility. I am definitely open to sharing what I learned so people can do it on their own, and also if anybody needs help, because again, the importance of knowing who we're from, to me, is big, and just learning. If you're a person that wants to learn about yourself more, I think that's a good place to start, depending on whatever your goals are. We're working, we're doing, we're moving slowly, we're moving intentionally. I am not rushing this process at all. I am going to enjoy it. You'll be hearing more from me, so please subscribe so that you can see when I make an update on how the project is going.